Hey everyone, it's Lord Digital.Gods here. I'm here to tell you about an application I've written, and it's not Voicebox, but it works off of Voicebox. If you don't know what Voicebox is, it's sort of like 11 Labs, where you can clone voices, you can make a voice, you can do text to speech, but only text to speech. It's kind of a poor man's version of that. What I like about it is that everything you do is free. It's your own tokens on your own PC or laptop, and there's no limit to the amount of voices you can create. And I have created some here. I've created my own clone, and I copied that from 11 Labs. These other ones, I created wave files in 11 Labs, and then created a voice using those wave files. And you can hear, let's see if we can get some of these to play. Well, here's one down here.
A friendly, deep, and conversational voice with a knowledgeable, everyman quality. Warm, relatable, and naturally engaging. It's perfect for storytelling, narration, and content.
That's my own clone. That's this one here. Let's see, John.
A friendly, deep, and conversational voice with a knowledgeable, everyman quality. Warm, relatable, and naturally engaging. It's perfect for storytelling, narration, and content.
Oh, that's nice. We have female voices.
This is the beginning. Only now, we get to tell it like we want.
Yeah, so anyway, it does a perfectly fine job. I think it does male voices better than female voices. However, it does not do speech to speech. And what is speech to speech? Speech to speech, very simply, is if I want to replace the audio in a video that I've made with a professional sounding voice, I need a speech to speech conversion. Take the old speech from the audio, convert it to text, change that text into speech again with the new voice, and a good system will keep the same inflection, the same tone, and especially the same timing as the original video. That's critical. It must keep the same timing. So this application, it's on GitHub. It's free. It's a bit of a bitch to set it up, but once you set it up, you're ready to go forever. And it runs a server in the background if you go to the settings and set that up there. There's a settings down here. So when I shut down the program, the server is still running in the background. But anyway, this has to be running for my program to work. But my program, let's see if I can pull it up here. Here it is, Voicebox STS Sidecar. Voicebox speech-to-speech sidecar. It's a sidecar for the Voicebox application. Now, there's 2 requests out there on GitHub to do something similar to this on Voicebox, but I think it's been sitting out there for a while. The owners of Voicebox have done nothing, so I decided to go ahead and write my own. So I can look over at the Voicebox application, and I can choose a clone profile that I have, and I have many of them. Here's my clone. There's that John that we listened to. There's Sarah, Clara, Brian, Everyman, Arabella, Brian, Chuck Miller. John down to Chuck Miller were all created using outputs from 11 Labs. I'm a big fan of 11 Labs, but they're expensive, especially if you want to do a whole video and change out the audio. It really does add up. So I wanted something cheap. I'm going to select John. What the hell? Now, in order for this to work, we got to grab the selected reference wave. Those are the ones we just listened to. So I'm going to cache that. You don't have to cache it, but it makes it faster. This app needs a reference wave to work. Let's see. Now, we're going to load the model and probe Cuda. I have Cuda because I have an NVIDIA graphics card on my laptop, and it's going to use that to speed things up. It's okay if you don't have it, but we got to load the model and the Cuda. This takes a minute. These are fairly sizable. Okay, that took about 25 seconds, I think. But it's loaded now. Now, if I just had a sound file, I could upload an audio file and convert that. So we can do that, and then we can play it over here in our audio player on the right-hand side. We can shape the converted voice. We can give it more high-end, more low-end. And this is the tone and depth, which effectively does kind of the same thing. It'll sound more high-endish up here and low-endish down there. Sometimes we just want to adjust the voice a little bit. We can reset the profile to the defaults. And the defaults are going to be the defaults of whatever came along with the profile. All right, let's see. We can convert a YouTube video, which is what we're going to do. And we can also load in a local video. If we have one already on our PC and it's already there, we want to convert that. Perfectly okay to do that. This is where we would go ahead and do that. But let's do a one from YouTube. I'm going to do this guy, and all I have to do is go to one of his videos, and I have a short one here. This one is just under 3 minutes long. I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to paste that down here. I'm going to certify that I own the video or have permission to download it and convert it. And well, let's see if we can download that. Cache it. We have caching because once we download it, and if we want to work on it again, we don't want to keep having to download the video. So we should only have to download that video once. We're going to download it, cache it, and we're going to convert it with the new sound. Should be worth mentioning that I wrote the program so that it chunks it, doesn't try to do the whole video at once. That was pretty quick. I mean, that was a 3-minute video, and that was maybe 30 seconds it took to do that whole thing. But it goes out in chunks there. When I did this with 11 Labs using Claude, I just came across the fact that, well, first of all, 11 Labs will only allow you to do 10 megs at a time. And if you have a long video, you're going to need a lot more time than that. So just by using 11 Labs, I learned that chunking is the way to go. And the challenge when you chunk is that you don't want it to miss a second of timing, because timing is critical. All right, now what we should have is we should have Kyle here with John's voice. Let's take a listen.
Find my father and tell me when he was born. In the end, I never figured out when he was born. It narrowed it down to the 2 or 3 years that I thought it was, but it didn't give me much better than that. But in doing that research, it found a story about my father that I had never heard.
All right, that's pretty good. That sounds just like John's voice, as it should. And let's listen to Kyle's real voice to get a perspective.
And tell me when he was born. In the end, I never figured out when he was born. It narrowed it down to the 2 or 3 years that I thought it was, but
So that's a miraculous change that we have here. And once again, this is all done for free on your local machine. My application is available out there on my GitHub. That's Digital.Gods 2, the number 2, Digital.Gods 2. And you can do the Voicebox STS sidecar. It's going to take a while to set up, but remember, once it's set up, you are good to go forever, and it's free. This stuff gets really expensive on places like 11 Lab. There you go. There's my overview of Voicebox STS Sidecar.